All right, so how to put this thing together. Um, you've got your 1/4 inch faces, plates, and you got your 090 returns. Um, so what we're looking at is first getting these pieces together. Um, so go ahead and butt them up, and you're gonna weld this, but I'm thinking you're gonna also want to maybe just cut some 2x2 or 2x 1/4 inch flat bar, something that we have in stock that perhaps you might want to weld onto this as well, all the way around, super weld it. So that way, because this is not going to be enough to hold this together, this is just going to taco. So um, I would, yeah, like I say, I would suggest possibly having some kind of plate here that you just burn all the way around, and you can burn it across as well. Um, and then also, I would suggest maybe beveling the other side as well. Maybe, I don't know. And then maybe welding the face of this too for that strength, and then just have to grind it down, and whatever's left helps hold it together. I'm not sure. But I think if you do a big enough plate, like I say, this is 4 inches wide. So if you do like a 2x2 and you go all the way around it really well, I know it's going to warp the crap out of it, but I don't think this is going to be enough to hold all of this together, even with the 4 inch return. So you might try putting some kind of plate on each of these junctions. So anyway, but you're going to do that to all of this. You're going to bring it all together, um, and then once you have that, then the next thing is you need to put these on next, per the engineering. So all of those, the ones that say tap, get the big holes, the tap. So make sure those go in the right place. Same thing with all the palm trees over here. So do all that. Then once you have that all done, clean up for boogers, make sure everything's clean. Then you can put on your 090 returns. So the way I have the returns laid out is you have inside and outside. This is from the back side. Um, if you if you use if you put this up there, check all of your seams. And what I tried to do here is with stagger the seams with so you have these seams here. I think I have the 090 seams like in various places that are not here. So that way you're going to try to strengthen it as well by making sure that those 090 seams. So get everything bent, lay it out around, and then just make sure that those seams don't, if you have to kind of shift it around, that's fine. Um, and then so that's the same thing. Now the swoop as well, this swoosh here, you're going to cut this off with the 090. The swoosh gets the 090 as well. So the palm trees get their own thing. We'll go over that. But for right now, it's like all the 090 goes around all of this, and you can see where the swoosh is staggered as well. So this is from the backside. This is the one part of the swoosh and then the other. So I put the seam on this one over here. So put the long piece there and there, and then put the same thing here. Put the long piece here, but you have a top and a bottom of the swoosh. And then on these here, I went ahead and made a little extra. I think it's like a 1/2 inch. So that way, just in case you need to, so when you go to put this on, just expect to cut a little bit. So have your cutting wheel with you, and then just kind of custom fit it, because I don't know how this thing's going to behave. Same thing here. The shortest pieces went ahead and had um, they have the little extra sticking out, so you'll have to deal with that. So as you go to put on the last shorty little piece, save that for last, and then just kind of adjust it. And that gives you a little bit of breathing room, because I don't know how much this is going to shrink. There's a lot of weld. Um, so once you have the 090 on there and everything, um, then you're going to go ahead and get with Jim and see. I think we will either want to do 1 inch or 1.5 inch, just 050, and then you're going to do just kind of a quick sort of layout here and just kind of bend it and sort of as you go, type of thing, and just kind of follow the contours. Again, what you're going to do is kind of go over with Jim maybe how thick you want this, or Jonathan, do you either want an 1.5 inches or 1 inch? It's just enough to hide the LEDs. You just don't want to see the LEDs from the side. Also, how much do you want to follow all of this? Because the farther in, then the glow is only going to go so far. So you're going to want to get that 1x, whether you bring it all the way here or not, and then maybe around here, and then the LEDs will follow that glow, that your return. So you're going to have to kind of just look at this and kind of figure out your strategy as far as how far up, what are you going to do here with the 1x? Are you just going to kind of come around, or the 050, or are you just going to are you going to follow that all the way around? And how far up with LEDs do you where are you going to stick them? So all of this might not be completely lit with a LED in it. You probably will get plenty of glow with just the LEDs here, and then you'll also have the LEDs here. So your LEDs are double run on the ring. So you'll go an outer run and an inner run. The inner run attaches to the top of the swoop, as you can see here, and then the outer run attaches to the bottom of the swoop. And each palm tree gets their own circuit. So as you can see here, this is kind of just a basic layout, but that's kind of what you're going to have to figure out is where are you going to run the LED, and versus, also you're going to have to run your 050 all the way around that to hide those LEDs. So you're going to have to kind of get a strategy, maybe lay it out with a Sharpie or something, and then just kind of follow it. But that's kind of how it's going to be. This guy's separate, and then also this guy's separate. So those are the three palm trees, and then that's that. So there's a total of 5 circuits. So each palm tree gets their own circuit with a power collection point here. Same thing here. So you're going to run all your stuff and collect the power to that area, because they're going to have to make that connection in the field. And then this one, same thing. You're going to do one circuit for the palm tree and then collect it here. And then you're going to do the other circuits like you see here. So the inner circuit and the top swoop will collect here, and then the outer circuit and the bottom swoop will also collect there. So like I said, there's going to be a total of 5 circuits. So for the most part, that should be it. Your challenge is going to be where to build it, because the doors going out are only 10 feet wide. And whether or not you actually choose to build this outside might be an option, but you got to watch out for your wind, for your gas when you're welding. You might have to set up the yellow curtains, but you might set up sort of a platform of sawhorses all the way around to kind of get this up off the ground. And it might, obviously it's not going to be perfectly level, but where you're welding, you can sort of concentrate on keeping it level and possibly do that when you bring this thing together. You just have to be careful if you're going to do it inside the shop. How are you going to get it out? So just keep that in mind as you go to build it, and we'll have to see how it gets painted and all that. So anyway, but I think that should do it. I think that if you have any questions, hit me up.